Hey, good Sunday night, everyone. I'm WCIA3 meteorologist Jacob Dickey. It is 6:15 right now. We're going to talk about the active weather for this last round of rain, snow, and even thunderstorms that we've got here into the region. So we're going to keep an eye on it and watch it, but we're going to bring you an update here, of course. A lot of you checking in now. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. In addition, let me know if you have any questions. We will answer questions at the end. We'll talk about where we're sitting now, what's coming tonight, what tomorrow brings, and then we'll tease what the next weekend forecast looks like. Hint, winter lovers, you'll love next weekend, I think, the way things are looking here into the region. So folks are checking in and letting us know where they're from, and we appreciate that. Let a friend know too. Say, hey, you should watch this and get updates with the active weather coming in that will affect tonight and the morning commute tomorrow in different ways. So lots of folks checking on in. Thanks so much, and let's go ahead and get started here. First off, we'll take a tour around the area. Here's a look in Charleston. Last night, we had a great view of the storms from our first Mid-Bank Flooring America iNet camera there. The same down the road in Mattoon, and I'll pull that camera up really quick here. Looks like it's a pretty good night here. The clouds are starting to increase, though, and we've got rain showers and storms already on the way. Not quite in the area yet, but they're getting close here. We'll slip a little bit more to the north and west. How about a quick check into Decatur? And Decatur looking pretty good here on this calm Sunday evening. The cloud cover increasing there. Same in Springfield. The wind at least came down this afternoon. That was nice. It was a pretty nice day out there. So the Springfield camera looking pretty stable. Get the wind up, and a lot of times I think I'll bounce around and shake around like a rag doll. Not doing that now. We'll bring it to Gibson City, a little further to the north here. A nice evening there at the middle school, overlooking the north and west from the hospital. And then we'll do one last but not least, we'll check here in Champaign. Nice looking from the studio here as we look off there to the west. There's clouds blocking the sunset, but certainly twilight is here. All right, let's talk here what the temperatures are right now. Really, today was not bad. If we didn't have 70s yesterday, a lot of you wouldn't complain. You'd say, oh, today was kind of cold and the 70s ruined us. We had some nice temperatures out there. In fact, right now it's still not terrible. 46 with the calm wind. I'll take that. I won't complain about that here. It's early spring cool here. 51 down the road at Effingham. It's 46 in Taylorville, 45 in Jacksonville. I will say this right off the bat. If you watched last night when we updated you, we were in the 60s. Now we're 40s and some spots in the 50s. So the signs for severe weather are not there for a vast majority of us tonight. The lone exception down into the 50s and 60s, and we may see a little surge of warmer air there, but this is a much better scenario for no strong winds, no severe weather like what we had last night. We'll recap some of the reports here in a minute. How about this, 7, 8 mile an hour wind speeds. Some spots reporting calm there. It's pretty quiet here with the north and northeast wind. We don't have any wind gusts. Last night we had some big wind gusts out there. Now we're starting to see the active weather pick up, though. As we go into here, it's the next couple of hours, we'll see rain fill in. It'll be driving down Interstate 70 and up I-55 into our area. Already getting some sprinkles down south and west of Effingham towards Vandalia, Farina as well towards Salem and Mount Vernon. We'll zoom it out here, and you'll see all of the active weather that's coming here. This here is a tornado watch box in Arkansas, South Missouri. There's been already a number of tornadoes down there. And then we've got a lot of strong thunderstorms in southern Illinois right now. No severe weather there. This is probably the cutoff for severe weather. It barely grazes part of our area. I'll show you the map in a second. I think our active weather is going to come from this section right here. And yes, there's some rumbles of thunder in there. There's some thunder and lightning showing up. And then notice how we have the snow and ice to the north and west side of it there. That's going to affect just to the west, just to the north of us, although that may creep into some of us late tonight into tomorrow. Zooming in a little closer here, if you draw a straight line here in the path of these storms, we expect that we'll get some heavier rain and some thunder mixing on in here. This ice and snow mainly just to the north and west. I'll talk about where we could get some light accumulation tonight. But real quick, let's recap last night real fast while I've got you. Here's some of those wind gusts last night. The highest we had measured was Decatur at 68 miles per hour. And when you look at those storm reports here, we were on our digital platforms. There's this corridor of intense wind damage that came here from Moultrie County, where we had a lot of outages near Lovington, through parts of southern Douglas County, northern Edgar, southern Vermilion counties. But still, there's been some sporadic wind damage and wind gust reports all over. It was an impressive system. I mean, this map is covered in wind, hail, and tornado reports. Specifically on the tornado report side, we have not had any confirmation of tornadoes in our area, and we don't think we'll get any. We'll see. The National Weather Service has not indicated that they would have that. Couple of areas that catch your attention, though. First off, here's today's, but let's talk about Iowa. 7 dead now, the latest from Iowa. 1 killed in this batch, 6 killed in this batch here of tornadoes. There's some significant tornadoes up there. You'll hear about that in the morning news tomorrow for recapping of the weekend. Tonight, we have nothing like what last night was. If there is a strong gust of wind, it's going to be in this green area here. Basically, Interstate 70 will be my cutoff for that. If you live north of Interstate 70, and that's about 95% of us, we'll include Effingham in that. If you're in Effingham and points to the north here, I think you're going to be okay. Now, Effingham towards Casey, to the south, there's a few folks that live down there and watch us. That's where we could get a strong gust of wind, but that threat is pretty low here. I think it's going to be more to the south here. We'll show you future track, and I'll show you during the time that I think maybe we get a chance for a stronger storm down there, but we're still just going to have some pretty intense rain, I think, coming on through the region. Here's 7 o'clock now, so those showers starting to work their way on in. 8 o'clock. Let's get to 9:30. Notice some of these darker oranges and reds showing up in here. A lot of moderate to heavy rainfall rolling through the region. There will be some thunder and lightning mixed in it, but the severe threat really in this is about 0 for most all of us. What will happen here is right here. See this little batch? You know, there looks like there may be a little break, and along and south of Interstate 70 maybe can get a stronger storm, but I just don't see that being the case at this point. I think it'll just more be noisy with the heavy rain and the lightning and the thunder than anything. Yes, there will be wind during the rain, but it's not going to be blowing sideways and causing damage like it did last night. I'll mention that here. Now, we've been giving a lot of attention saying, look at all this heavy rain. Look how close the snow is, too. Theoretically, on the news at 10 o'clock tonight, you know, we may very well have a portion of the viewing area getting some snow showers and the other portion getting some heavy rain, thunder, and maybe some stronger gust of wind south of I-70 there. We're kind of stuck in the middle here. As we go past midnight, then you'll see here, you know, it looks like there's some reds showing up in here and it's moving out, but that midnight 1 a.m. time frame, we really think we're done with it then. Here we go, 1:30. A lot drier on the back side here. And then we'll start to watch the moisture to the north kind of wrap in on the back side here. And that's going to be for the chance for some snow showers here. I think as far south as Interstate 72 and Danville, we'll have a chance of seeing some scattered snow showers in there. Will we see accumulation? Not sold on that. I'll show you that here in a minute. We'll talk more about it, but just get the idea that there'll be some snow showers Monday morning in areas along and north of Interstate 72, 74, although through the day, some flurries may mix in as far south as I-70 there on Monday. Let's talk about the rain first. Remember those deep reds and those oranges we were showing you here? See this corridor right here of moderate to heavy rainfall? Not out of the question that we get some 2 to 3 inch rainfall reports down there. That would include Effingham, Cumberland County, Clark County, maybe as far north as Paris, perhaps Mattoon, Charleston. And then on the I-72-74 corridors here, probably ½ inch to 1 inch will be our median amounts, lesser amounts to the north. Something we will watch also is in these areas that have less than ½ inch, we may get a little dusting of snow in there. Further to the south, don't think that's the case. We may have a spot that gets a spot of accumulation too. Here's my snowfall map for the day, tonight into tomorrow. If we were to get some sticking snow and a little bit, less than 1 inch. 1 inch is the maximum, and that's being generous, I think, here. It would be Pontiac, probably points to the north and west. We may graze that in northern Ford, northwestern Iroquois County, northern McLean County, perhaps. And then I got this dusting possible here. I got this broad white area where you saw those snow showers. Yeah, maybe there's a little bit on your car out the door tomorrow. Maybe there's a little bit out there, but I don't think it's going to cause really major impacts here to the region, which is good news. And I even don't think that icing is going to be much of a problem. Here's why. Let's show you future track and add the temperatures on top. First off, this purple, we may get some sleet that mixes in as well, too. I'll mention that. I don't think it's going to be a clean snow rain. This is kind of a rain and snow with maybe some sleet as well. But freezing rain not going to be an issue here, because look at this. As that snow's sneaking on in, you know, we're still at 38 in Champaign, 34 in Bloomington, 35 in Pontiac, and the ground is above 32 degrees. You know, it's not boiling hot, but it's warmer than it needs to be for snow to stick, so anything that makes it down would probably melt pretty quickly. As we even go into 6 a.m. here, you saw in future track, seeing some of those snow showers sneak on in. I mean, it's still 33 in Pontiac, 34 in Bloomington. That would be warm enough, even if it's not 37 and we're off by 3 degrees. we're still at 34 in Champaign. So that air temperature, I think, is going to be just warm enough tomorrow, and I think it'll stay that way to keep those impacts away. But notice then, here we go, there's a brief opportunity to hit below 32, but we really don't ever drop down into the 20s and get a good freeze to cause more icing issues on the road. Could there be a slick spot? Sure. I'm not your dad, but maybe slow down if you see snow. That's probably the best way to say things here, but I think a lot of us will, more than anything, have an okay commute tomorrow. Low impact, as we'll call it there. More, it will just impact your attitude. No one loves snow on a Monday morning on the commute either. But notice into the afternoon here, we're back above freezing into the middle 30s into the region. So anything that's there would melt pretty quickly with a combination of warm air and a warmer ground, warm relative to 32 degrees. So this is our system here. It exits. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are pretty quiet and dry. Friday, Friday has a look to it, which I think may bring us another impactful winter weather event here. Still some things to sort through, still some cards to shake out, but the way trends are looking here is Friday will be the day we'll talk about more than Monday when we look back on the week for the chance for snow. Yes, snow flurries, okay, you don't like it, we don't want it. But Friday, we get cold air in place here just to the north and west. We put a low pressure to the south here. And certainly on the table is some sticking snow and maybe more than an inch or two out of that in spots here. So that could be an event where we have to watch really closely and keep an eye on here. And then behind that, the cold air that comes on in here next weekend. If you thought this weekend was warm, you're going to freeze next weekend. Look at this. This is Friday morning, the wind chill values here. And you'll see here as we drop by 10:30, we're in the teens, even single digits. Saturday morning, wind chill values 0 or below in many spots. Saturday or during the day, keeping those wind chill values down into the single digits. And then Sunday morning, 0 or below in spots as well. I think some of this depends on snow. If we get snow and we get enough of it here, you'll see this come to fruition. However, if the snow forecast doesn't verify on Friday and the amounts are lighter or on the lighter side here, maybe it's not as impactful of an event. These wind chill values won't be as cold, but the air temperature is still going to be in the teens out there one way or another by this weekend. So just plan on it. Compared to this weekend, next weekend is much colder, and we'll go into it Friday and Friday night with some snow at some point somewhere here in the region. And that question mark, how much, remains for us here as we move on through. That's what I have for you this evening. Just wanted to give you an update. Download the WCI3 weather app. I've got all the information there. I've got all the details. I don't expect to do any more digital coverage tonight, but I'll be here for a little while just to make sure we don't get any stronger storm that mixes on in. That way we can watch for our friends, in particular in Edgar, Cumberland, Coles, Clark, Effingham counties. Those would be the counties we'd watch for maybe a stronger storm. And then to the south of that too, towards Crawford and Jasper. But that's about it here. I'm not going to babysit a cold rain and a couple of rumbles of thunder, but I'm more just thinking those areas to the south we may have to watch. And that's about where that SPC risk was. You see these Effingham, Cumberland, Coles, Clark, Edgar, Jasper, and Crawford counties. That's about it for any severe weather threat here. We'll be interested to see, though, also, while we've got that on the board, then maybe a little light snow in areas to the north. That can't be ruled out here. And so we will watch and keep you updated. That's what I have for you at 6:29, about 6:30 here. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to answer any questions first off. Then I'm going to get dinner, watch the Illini game. Big game tonight. Probably caught Brett on Facebook Live from the State Farm Center. It's a big game, so we'll be watching them. He'll have the post-game coverage here probably next on digital. We'll be back then on the news at 9 and 10 o'clock tonight. That'll be our shows there. And I've got all those updates on the Weather Now article and the Weather Now video and the 7-day forecast video. They're all updated for you on the app and on the website. All right. We will keep you updated on tonight's snow and then next week, Friday. A lot of people will not be happy with us on Friday as far as it goes. So we're going to watch that and that day closely. And then even Saturday, Sunday, you'll be mad because it's cold. And we just had 72 and wind chill values below 0. So my prediction is a lot of you will not be happy with us. That's how it goes sometimes. All right, looks like we got those questions taken care of. If you're going to catch in late here, you can go back and watch this video. It will be accurate through the night tonight. I hope I don't have to see it tonight. If not, then we will keep you updated on digital and on social media. But if we have to come back live, that means we got a stronger storm somewhere, I think, essentially. So this forecast will be valid for Sunday night into Monday morning. We'll see you at 9 and 10, and hopefully that's it tonight. Have a great rest of your night, and take care.